These people are not going anywhere. Honestly, they are here to send a very loud and very clear message to the government that they do not want these mandates anymore. So we've just come into Wellington on the train and we're headed up into Parliament grounds. As you can see, the cars are all parked up along here.
Yeah, we'll come in tonight.
Portaloos here, little camping grounds all the way along, tents. Take your masks off, people. The real science says that they are ineffective against catching COVID.
Preaching to the converted today. Those school kids are.
So what brings you out here today?
Oh, this fight against our tyrannical government. All the criminality associated with it.
Yep.
We've all had a gutsful. Everybody here's had a total gutsful. None of this should have been happening. One of my signs mentions early treatments for COVID. That's all this country ever had to do. That's what any country had to do. They didn't have to roll out this poisonous jab. That's just beholden to Big Pharma. Early treatments were around months before the vaccine was rolled out in this country. Ivermectin, for instance, you can treat people for 50 cents, maybe 10 cents.
So we're just coming up this way. Reading Convoy 22. I mean, people are sort of saying, oh, they're terrified to come out of their homes and apartments and things. That is a ridiculous statement. These people are very peaceful. They are not here to hurt people. We've got a cameraman up there. So as you can see, these are just everyday Kiwis. They're everyday Kiwis who have lost their jobs, lost their businesses, can't get a job. And I cannot believe the number of people that have come to this protest about ending mandates. You know, our mainstream media is telling people that there's only a couple of hundred people here. There is no way. There was probably a couple of thousand here 2 days ago, and this is chocker now. All these tents were not here. In fact, where I'm standing right here is where the police were lined up the other day. So the numbers have just come and come and come, and they are still coming. This is unprecedented, I would say. I would have to look back into the history books to see what other protest numbers came to, but this goes all the way down Molesworth Street. All the way down Molesworth Street is blocked off with food and trucks and cars, vans, camper vans. These tents go all the way down here, through Parliament grounds, down to below Parliament grounds, and they are scattered around a couple of areas just outside of Parliament grounds. So, like I say, this is unprecedented. These are just everyday Kiwis coming to express their concern about the mandates. They want the mandates to go. They do not believe that it is conducive to human rights to have a medical procedure to be able to work and feed your families, or feed their families, should I say. You know, all they want is for somebody to come through those gates over there between those pillars, somebody who is representing the people of New Zealand, to come down and meet with the people, to talk with them, to ask them questions. But there is nobody. Nobody wants to know. Paul and Steve, so why have you come to Parliament today?
Oh, to protest against the tyranny of the government that mandates that children have to be vaccinated, and they stop people getting jobs unless they're vaccinated. That's tyrannical. Only tyrants would bring in stuff like that.
Yeah.
The people here over the last 5 days, of which we've been here the whole time, just represent good, common, working class people, which the people in Parliament treat with absolute and utter contempt.
Yes, so, the introduction of a two-tier system where by strategic default, separatism or racism, apartheid has been introduced. It's medical apartheid as well, because you have to have Vax Pass to get all sorts of access to various services such as physio, massage. Children, of course, have been marginalised. They can't join sports teams or go swimming, anything like that. So that's total discrimination. When is the bulk of New Zealanders going to wake up to this? They're just going along with it, hook, line and sinker. They're buying the mantra that Jacinda's supposedly saving people. But from what? The common flu now. It worked with the Delta, sure, and that's applauded. We did actually achieve the elimination through lockdown, but that was 18 months ago. It's a different score now, and it's not about health. It's about power and compliance. And that's taking away the rights of choice and freedoms we have as regular New Zealanders. And most of us are just appalled that regular Kiwis are going along and just saying, yeah, like sheep. We call them the sheep, and they're in their paddock and we've got our paddock, you know? Yeah.
So where have you come from?
Well, he's come...
We both live in Wellington.
Yeah.
So he originally came down from Auckland, but no, we're Wellington rebels.
Well, just ordinary people.
Do you think, though, that this is the minority now? I mean, I was here the other day, 2 days ago, and I interviewed mostly vaccinated people who are dead against this and do not want any more.
Well, that's a freedom of choice. How can it be choice? You put an ACC claim for damage of injury for having the vaccine, yet if you go to ACC they'll say, oh, we can't uphold your claim, sir or madam, because that was your choice to have it. How can it be your choice when your employer says no jab, no job?
Right.
You know?
Actually, Chris, I think it's obviously a lot of people coerced into it.
Yeah.
Didn't have jobs. I mean, I've got a niece that was 25 years of age, was a registered nurse, was trying to get pregnant, chose not to have a vaccine. It's her rights, and she lost her job. There's multiple stories like this, and you don't have to be a tyrant to agree with the philosophy behind that. People are entitled to free choice, particularly with vaccines that we now know don't work. I mean, if they work, it might be a different score, but they don't work.
Of course, it isn't a vaccine, it's just a serum. Yeah. It has been disproved by independent scientists and people who are not on the government paychecks, because the government's only citing those they employ.
Again, I'm Kieran. Because of Jacinda's mandates, I lost my job this week. I'll drive to site on my own. I work in a digger on my own all day, talk to people on a radio. Now how does that happen? I'm not in contact with people, but I still lose my job because of these mandates. These mandates need to stop. This government needs to be gone. That's about all I've got to say about it.
These people are not going anywhere. Honestly, they are here to send a very loud and very clear message to the government that they do not want these mandates anymore. Unreal. Flag waving over in the corner there. There are people from all over the world here as well. It's not just New Zealand born and bred, it's people from all sorts of different nations and continents and islands, and it's actually really wonderful to see. They're all standing for freedom. They're standing for freedom to choose. Some big fellas come to support no more mandates. Hey boy! Oh dear. Look at that. Convoy, so why are you here today?
I've got 4 kids myself and I'm here to support them. And we've got to stand up and start speaking for them because no one else can at the moment. You know, it's just not right what's going on. And so it's up to us to make a stand and be part of this. And what an atmosphere.
I know.
So many good people here.
How many people do you reckon there might be here?
Thousands.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Thousands. And you know, there's just so much free food, there's so much just love, aroha. Everyone's smiling, it's such a good atmosphere. Yeah, great to be
and so there's a bit of a rumour going around that there's a lot of violence. Have you seen any violence?
No violence, nothing at all. Nothing at all. All I've seen is smiles.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of hugs. Yeah, no negative energy at all. Everyone's as happy as.
Awesome.
So good. Yeah.
This is where the sprinklers were. And honestly, this is where the trouble is, where the mud is and the damage is. And whose fault is that? It's not the people who came here. It is the Speaker of the House who arrogantly, it is the Speaker of the House who arrogantly put the sprinklers on people. They're literally trying to squeeze through tents and sidewalks, and it was a bit of a mission squeezing through. But look at the line of people, all the way up the stairs over there, all the way over this ramp. It's hard to believe that this is where the police lineup was the other day. So that has gone from being, well, a reasonable amount of people to being absolute masses of people, and I'm just actually intrigued to see. So the camera is obviously just set up to run over there, but I would really love to know what they're saying over there about this, because you can rest assured it's not what we're seeing here. It is a wet day. It is a wet day. And it certainly is not deterring people from being out here. We're lining up for the donuts. It's been going non-stop since they arrived here.
Hello, my name's Kahu Thompson. I've come from the far north in Kaitaia. Come to stand on these grounds and hold the line. Whew. Lost my job. So wrong what they're doing, you know. Jacinda's narrative is not working. It needs to stop, and that's why I'm standing here today. So just proud of all this whānau. We're all one. We're all one here, and it's just beautiful. So kia kaha whānau, we can do this. Kia ora.
Look at that. So the Canadian guys, they started all this off, and we've got the Kiwi flag down here. Hi guys. Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm just trying to get some of these cool trucks.
I know, right? That was all amazing. You go around, right around.
So how many shots now? We say no mandates.
So look at that massive turnout we got today, eh? Pouring of rain, they thought that would be the end of us, but we're still here. All for our own reasons, for whatever, but all with the ultimate goal of getting rid of the mandates, freedom of choice, getting our kids back to sport. Yeah, you can say what you like, this ain't about health. It's about having to control us. Why else can't you talk to your neighbour? You've got to wear a muzzle every day. And now she's blaming the kids for get them jabs so they can protect us. That doesn't happen. So, but what a fantastic response we've had from the fringe minority of New Zealand, eh? How fringe are we? You know, we've been here since the start and so much love has come around the country. You know, people are sending in food endlessly to keep us fed and keep us here. The only thing we're missing out on is a good wash. No hot water yet, but you know, we'll get a good wash today. So yeah, every family is affected, probably in one way or another. They're here or they know someone that is. Don't listen to your normal media that says, oh, it's all good for you. You know, look at two sides of a story. You do when you go and buy your car or you go and buy something for the house. Oh, compare. Well, compare the truth to the non-truth. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully one day they've tried their worst or tried their best, however you want to look at it, to get rid of us. Everything's failed, we're too determined. So yeah, pick your next strategy and see where that gets you. Our hearts will cry, these songs will sing. Great are you, Lord.
I'm Jo. You're Jo, and why were you at Parliament today?
Because I'm part of making history.
Yeah.
And we're changing this regime forever. And a new world is beginning, and this this whole land feels beautiful now, despite the rain.
Yeah, despite the rain.
Yeah, the rain's just clearing away all the yuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is history making.
And did it surprise you how many people were there today?
No, because I know how many people believe in having a change. It's really good to see. I was here when they were all coming in on Tuesday, and it was just great to see so many those cars and trucks are still here.
Yeah.
It's taken over.
Yeah. And you haven't seen any violence from anyone that's attending?
No, there's no violence. It's all peace.